Hey, it's Thursday. We're on our way home. Is this my manager behind me? It is, and how the hell did he get out of work so quick? But, good old Ohio seems to be getting a little gloomy looking, so it might end up raining, which wouldn't surprise me too much. And it is my manager behind me. But, yeah, so today I went home on lunch. The neighbor's dog had gotten out, and thank God, I guess, that I went on lunch because he ran right up to me, and I hooked him back up to his leash. So hopefully he didn't end up getting off again, and I had to call his owner. Be like, hey man, I found your dog in my garage. I put him back in his leash. But since he got out once, there's probably a probability he's going to get out a second time. So, who knows if he ever made it there to make sure he was secure or not. So I guess it could be getting home to only one dog out in his backyard, and the other dog might still be running around. But who knows? Regardless of that, the small randomness that I'm going to talk about today involves NASA. I watched a video yesterday that got me thinking about something that, well, I mean, it was something else that somebody else talked about, but it got me thinking about it too, because until I was, listened and heard it, I never really thought about this, but it's back in the 1960s and 70s, back when space was our number one fucking thing we were trying to get done, going into space and being the first to get to the moon, and then they were talking about going to Mars way before we even had the ability to go to Mars, and all this other shit. And it's after that, the space race and everything died out, and then it's no one really gives a shit anymore to go into space. We used to send people up there, but we don't send people no more because it costs a lot of money, and it's unsafe, and blah blah blah. And that's how companies like SpaceX came out. Which, if you don't know what SpaceX is, then maybe you know who Elon Musk is. If you don't know who Elon Musk is, then I have no idea how you live in this world and not know who the fuck that dude is, being as he was a part of our government until Donald Trump did something. I forget now what it was. He said no to or something. I think it was the protection of wildlife animals, ocean, our contribution to protecting whales and dolphins or something like that. And he said no. I'm not swearing that's what it is, but I think that's what it was. And because Donald Trump said no, him and a whole bunch of other people left the government. But Elon Musk is just some really fucking rich guy, legit. And he's pretty much famous for being the only dude in the United States, at least, that spends all of his money, his hard-earned money, even though he's fucking filthy rich, spends it on space. He builds spacecrafts, and he's the number one U.S. leader of space, and he's planning on by 2023 of sending people to Mars. It's called the Mars One program. If you haven't heard about it, I'd suggest you look up the Mars One program. It is pretty interesting. It'll make you laugh because you'll actually find out that whoever actually decides to go on this mission won't be coming home, because we don't have the technology to get people to Mars and back. We can get you there, we can't get you back. So Elon Musk is honestly trying to find people who are willing to go live on Mars for the rest of their lives. That could be, until you die of old age. It could be that, and at the same time, it also could fuck you over, and something might fuck up and you die because the walls cave in or something. There could be a million different things that could go wrong in space, especially being on Mars that far away from Earth. It'd take us a couple years to even get supplies to them, so we have to constantly keep rotation of spaceships going. But regardless, besides all of that, it honestly makes you realize, back in the 60s and 70s, back when we were going to space and the United States was on top of our game, we were the number one in space exploration, we were number one in production. Jobs weren't going overseas, they were staying. Actually, if anything, other companies from overseas were bringing jobs to America because of how strong and of a good name we had going for ourselves right then, because that's what we were. The moment we gave up on space is the moment that America flopped and went from this society of people who strive to do the best and the greatest things that we possibly could to being like, oh, we're pretty fucking smart, we'll let everybody else do it. So now if you look at the world, it's like people like China who's leading our technology front. And actually, surprisingly, China is also on top of the space program. Russia is also one of the top leading space programs in the world, to the point that we just paid like $5 to $10 billion a seat to get 4 people on their next mission. So that even goes to show you, we used to launch rockets and have missions to the point that we would just put people in there, and other countries would have to approach us and say, hey, we'll give you X amount of money if you let our dude come with you guys in the space. But now we're on the opposite. So instead of making that money, we're now spending that money, because as Americans, we find it easier, cheaper, lazier of us to just let somebody else build the rocket and then we'll just ride inside of it. Why build the whole rocket and spend all that money when somebody else is going to do it and then we can just go with them? But that is not the case. That is not how we should be looking at things, because of that is now, while society nowadays, all of our jobs are leaving. I don't say all of them, but, majority of jobs are leaving to go overseas because it's cheaper. It's easier over there. On top of that, do you want to train a whole bunch of Americans how to run a whole bunch of technology-based items when nobody in America is trained and or, known for doing electronics? Or would you rather go to Japan, where every fucking company that has anything to do with electronics, computers, Xbox, PlayStation, anything, it comes from Japan, okay? Which I don't want to hate on these countries, like, fuck Japan, but, reality of it is, tube televisions were built in America, We built tube TVs, which, if you don't know what a tube TV is, you're either really fucking young, and I don't know how you enjoy watching my content because I'm a lot older than you, or B, you were just never had a TV in your life. But tube television is the big one, the big fat TV. And so because of that, we built the tube television. So we created this technology that no one had ever had and no one had ever experienced before. So everybody and their brother was like, oh my God, look at this crazy awesomeness that these Americans had built. So what happened? Japan gets their hands on it. China, everybody else gets their hands on it. Other companies start making them. Now they're making them better. Now they're making them faster. Now they're making them so that everything works better. It's HDMI. It's got 8 different channel outputs. It's not black and white. It's this, it's that. It's all this other stuff. But in the long run of everything, I've been driving past my house twice now because I'm just going on this rant. My parents are outside, and they keep looking at me like, why is Matt driving circles around the block? But regardless, so, it's just literally, it made me realize, watching this video yesterday, about Neil deGrasse Tyson, which is an astrophysicist, if you didn't know, one of the smartest guys ever, and probably my favorite guy to ever listen to, because he will make your brain expand in the most amazing ways and thought processes. And and after he explains all this, it was just that awakening alarm, kind of like, holy shit, like, he's right. When we were the number one power, when we were on top of the world, when America was the greatest and every other country looked at us like, oh my God, man, we wish we could be like that. We made money. We didn't have problems with jobs moving overseas, and, our economy, I don't want to say was good, but it was definitely doing a lot better than what it is currently. And so it pretty much comes down to is a lot of people feel like if we actually gave NASA more money than we do nowadays, because we don't give NASA pretty much shit anymore because of the fact that, we really don't use them for anything anymore. So because of that, if we gave NASA money and we started doing space exploration shit again, there's a high probability that we might actually become a great power again. It just totally like rolled. I have no idea what that was. But yeah, so you know, we might become a great power again, and we might actually be able to bring jobs back, or this and do that, and you know, all this other stuff. Literally turning around in the parking lot. All right. But yeah, so I know this video is really ranty and kind of random. I'm not saying America's not great, because I live in America and I fucking love America. It is great. I just smacked my broken finger on my turn signal and it hurt like a bitch. But what I'm just pretty much saying is the reality of it is our society is a lot different than what it was like 20, 40, 50 years ago. And if you realize about the biggest change in from then to now literally comes down to we don't explore space anymore. It pretty much just makes you realize space exploration is what put America at the #1 top of its game, and now we're not at the #1 top of our game because we don't do shit anymore. But hey guys, guess what? I'm gonna go so I can just go home and not have to drive really slow down the road. But if you like this video, a like would be much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, you could subscribe to keep up with awesome content that happens to be currently still coming out daily, actually getting 2 videos a day, which is awesome, and I'm hoping you guys are enjoying that. We should hopefully keep going like that, and on top of that, I also hope and plan on releasing some edited videos that I've been working on for the last week or so. They should hopefully be done tonight, tomorrow, sometime soon, so you guys will be able to see those. And of course, they're going to be 10 times better than something like this, because instead of it being one video, it's a whole bunch of videos, you know, smashed together into one great awesome video. So I'll see you guys then for that one, and then until next time, you enjoy my face.